Well, with that, I think I hope what you if you could get anything out of this video is that maybe anytime you eat something, maybe you eat some McDonald's, maybe you'll think twice before you actually go to McDonald's.
And he's saying that like it's not that you shouldn't eat McDonald's, just be like
maybe you should cut your portions. Like
eat it once in a while. Yeah, like maybe like eat a quarter of it and then eat 3 or something else.
Yeah.
Still the same thing. You just want that taste.
Just
right?
be smart about your food choices.
The first bite is still gonna be as any other. It's gonna taste the same as any other bite.
We all love the taste of fast food, right?
Yeah.
But then like throughout our research, we found out that there's a lot of stuff in fast food that the corporations do not want you to know about, right? So maybe just like Calvin said, right? Think before you eat something, because you do not know what's in there. You don't know what's in your burger, right? You don't. It's not pure beef burger, right?
Exactly.
Dave, you want to explain to us what ground beef is?
Ground beef is basically after the cow goes into the slaughterhouse and they've taken every other valuable part from it. That's the steaks, the legs, right? Every part of the cow that's desirable. And then what you have left is basically the shreddings, like the ear parts underneath the neck, the fat here, right? Like the bad stuff, right? And then what they do with that meat, right, is like in the slaughterhouse they don't waste any meat. Because any meat wasted, exactly, it's money wasted, right? Because that is pure profit that they're making, right?
Exactly.
So what they do is to make stuff like sausages and what do you say, ground beef, right? Yeah. They basically just throw everything in a big pot, get the churner going, right? And what comes out is ground beef. Everything.
Even their poop.
Exactly. And
like even the cow's poop, they actually ground it in.
Exactly.
So basically, when you're eating a burger, you're eating cow poop.
What's in ground beef is anything that remains, and that includes cow feces, right? You know, manure, cow poo, right? The stuff that's coming out of its butt when it's a poo. Right? So think about that. When you're eating a hamburger or any burger, right? McDonald's, KFC, doesn't matter where, you are eating manure.
And I'm pretty sure that like the biggest problem, like the biggest restaurant problem is like McDonald's was probably uses like more wasted stuff because like probably tastes better. Not that worse stuff. So like compared to any other restaurant, like I'm pretty sure the worst is McDonald's. Just making a point.
Yeah. So like it's not like you're gonna stop eating unhealthy food altogether. We know it's a hard habit to break. We eat unhealthy food ourselves. But what you want to try to do is like slowly. Maybe that one day you were gonna go to McDonald's. Maybe you'll stay at home and eat that broccoli or whatever.
Maybe just lessen your thing. If you're
try to reduce it, right? Like just for the temptation, you just
like maybe just reduce it a little bit every time.
If you're gonna order large fries, maybe go to medium.
Yeah, and then slowly you'll start to get used to the taste of just the normal vegetables and fruit you need to survive. And then it's not like you just have to switch entirely, but maybe lessen it a little bit, like you guys said. Just go from large fries to medium fries, and then you'll start to see the difference in your energy, because really unhealthy food doesn't provide you the same energy. I'm sure that it's obvious by now, but you'll start to see how you're more energetic. You're able to stay focused more. You're less lazy.
What's the difference?
Yeah, because really unhealthy food is also lazy food. You're too lazy to make food. You're too lazy to go out, buy some groceries, come home and make it.
Again, convenience. Like some people don't have that time.
Yeah.
So that's why we're saying that's why fast food restaurants make money. For the convenience. Like you go order a McDonald's burger, 2 minutes, it's done. They just eat it. Rather than going home, getting the ingredients, put an egg.
Who wants to make a burger themselves, right? You gotta fire up the grill, put the burger on.
That takes like 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, but McDonald's takes like 30 seconds. They just roll it out on the conveyor belt.
All you do is like take time to stay in line and pay them.
Exactly. That's it. Your burger's out in like
no one wants to do that.
You don't have to pack it or anything.
It's the effort. You want to try and get to that point. You don't have to do all that work right away, but maybe you'll start to see. If just with that, I'm sure eventually you'll start. Maybe once you'll try. Oh, I have a little bit of time today. I'm gonna go make some homemade food.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you want to live long, cut down on your unhealthy food, right? Because think about it, each less hamburger you eat from McDonald's or any fast food restaurant, you're basically increasing your own lifespan and also cutting down on the amount of poo you eat.
Exactly.
And the reason they've been able to hide that so well with the poo is because they've become so good at using artificial flavoring that they make poo even taste good.
They're also trying to make like parents understand, because like parents are a big part of your nutrition. Like they decide most of the time they decide whether they eat homemade food or takeout. You can explain to your parents that fast food is like really bad for you, and like David said, that's like cow food, right? So just take the time, like make it the night before. Just eat homemade. It's a lot better.
Any last points, gentlemen?
And you're gonna want to think about your future, right? Like how it has an effect on your body afterwards. So like if you're eating unhealthy food, then it can lead to heart disease and stuff like that.
Alright, Calvin?
Right. So if you don't want to die earlier and ruin your life, just try to eat a little bit more healthy, and that's all you have to do.
No one's saying like you don't have to fulfill your craving for McDonald's or an ice cream cone.
Because that's not living life.
Yeah.
Like if you're forcing yourself to eat only healthy food,
They're
then
missing out a good chunk of
Yeah.
life. Because McDonald's and stuff tastes good, right?
yeah.
That was a great saying. Like, don't ever eat it. We're not saying that.
Yeah.
We're saying like just try it.
Shorten your amount of how much you eat.
Yeah,
every
to
Control
day.
get that taste.
Control
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hopefully you'll adapt to eating healthy and
Maybe you'll
stay
learn to like
fit.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And maybe you'll like it.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure Calvin likes eating healthy food.
You got it.
Alright, so
So
thank you
So
for
that wraps it up for today, and that's our.
that is our first episode of The Simple Truth. Thank you for listening. I'm David.
I'm Umer.
I'm Calvin.
And I'm Vithurshan.
Welcome to the premiere episode of The Simple Truth.
Today you have me, Calvin.
I'm Umar.
My name's David.
And I'm Vithurshan.
Our first episode
Umer, fuck.
What? You did it.
Come on, we limited time here, guys.
I did it. Why'd you guys laugh?
No, but you stuttered. I'm like.